What's good, YouTube? Zion Amari, Real Spit TV, and like always, let's spit that real, man. Now, y'all gonna have to excuse the setup today. Brother's in the hospital. I don't know if I told y'all, but I got sickle cell disease. So I got all kind of IVs in me right now. I got pneumonia, and I'm, having pain in my lungs. I got fluid in my lungs. So y'all getting a special video today. It don't get too much real. It don't get too much raw than being in the hospital. So like always, let's get it, man. Now, like we all know, the daughter is homeless. His oldest daughter is homeless. She's been sleeping in her car. And she got like 4 kids, but like 4 different dudes from what I heard. And this video is not a video that I'm going to do in defense of Dr. Dre, nor am I going to do it in defense of his daughter. I'm going to give the real perspective, which is the objective perspective as it pertains to both parties. Shit that both of them did wrong. And I guess we'll start with the daughter. Now, when you take into consideration the fact that Dre has been, sending her money for however many years, and she has squandered, that and completely blew it, is utterly ridiculous. I heard that he was giving her like 8 stacks a month. And if that's true, this shit is utterly ridiculous. Now, we already know that she got 4 kids by 4 different dudes, which shows that she is a horrible decision maker in numerous areas, right? When it comes to picking men, horrible decision maker. When it comes to being responsible and having children responsibly, horrible decision maker. When it comes to obviously managing money and making the right decisions with money, horrible decision maker. There is no good reason why she don't have some money stacked away, why she ain't got a house, why she don't have a house or a loft or something that she done paid off with the money Dre was giving her. Again, I don't know how much that is, but if it's, let's say it's the 8 stacks, you should at least have a roof over your head. Even if he did cut you off, you should have been able to stack a little bit, save a little bit, do something, and this is where not only the daughter in question went wrong, but the other daughter went wrong, because he got another daughter. She got 2 younger sisters, and the other one, she wanted to be a rapper, right? And Dre, she was living rent-free, and Dre was gonna pay for the college. All they had to do was go to college and get a damn degree. Obviously, they didn't want to go to college and get a degree. So she basically blew that opportunity, to have a good career and a good life to where she would be able to provide for her 4 kids, because obviously she got 4 deadbeats, apparently, considering the fact that none of these 4 kids are staying with the fathers. They're all staying with friends, according to her, or according to the reports that we get. So she is a horrible decision maker. She's completely irresponsible, and it's shameful. It's really shameful how she just really didn't capitalize on any of the opportunities that she had being Dr. Dre's daughter, and the opportunities that he afforded her, in particular with the college and the money that he was giving her, right? Now, on the other hand, we got Dre. And with Dre, I'm gonna come at this from a personal perspective, being that I have 3 kids myself. From what I understand, Dre didn't raise these girls. Outside of the kid, matter of fact, outside of the kids that he had with Nicole, his now ex-wife, he didn't raise none of his kids. He was not a hands-on father with none of his kids. He didn't spend a significant amount of time with none of those kids. And when you take into consideration the fact that, you didn't give these, let's say, I'm gonna just deal with this daughter in particular. You didn't give her the time, the attention, the love, the affection, and the validation that every young girl needs from her father. If it was me, I would have a little more understanding and a little more patience for my daughter. And I get this shit must be extremely frustrating and extremely annoying for Dre, especially considering the fact that she went to the media. And I get feeling a degree of betrayal from Dre, or from his daughter, Because initially she went to the media like what 7, 8, 9 months ago, and was basically she had basically just said initially that she hadn't seen her father in like 17 years, and she hadn't really had a relationship with her father, and her kids didn't know their grandfather, and they wanted to know their grandfather and all that. And as it pertains to Dre has a bad track record of not being the best father. He got kids scattered all over the city that he did not raise, and even the son, the son was still living in the hood. And if I'm not mistaken, these 3 girls that he got, was living in the hood too. Like, they wasn't living in a mansion or in a nice area, going to the best schools. When you look at it, you see that all the kids outside of the ones that he had with Nicole, their lifestyles was significantly less than that of the kids that he had with Nicole, which is not fair to the kids. And when you understand how life works, you understand that it's a definite possibility that kids are gonna have a lot of issues, especially young ladies, when you are that kind of a father, when you are an absent father, at least in presence. Yes, Dre sent them money, but being a parent is more than sending money. And I'm seeing a lot of dudes acting like, oh, he's just the picture, the picture perfect father because he was sending them money. And being a parent is way bigger than that. You dig what I'm saying? The most important thing that you can be as a father don't have shit to do with money. It has everything to do with time, giving your kids knowledge, giving them wisdom, giving them guidance, being a steward of your children, teaching them about life, teaching them what they need to know, being an example of what a man is supposed to be. And considering the fact that Dre was an absent father, yeah, she made horrible decisions in picking men. But when you take into consideration Dre was an absent father, she didn't have an example of what a real man was. She didn't have an example of a man in her life. So if she felt a degree of, being abandoned by her biological father, it's not rocket science, or it's not confusing of why she ended up choosing the type of men that she chose. You dig what I'm saying? Because to a certain degree, her father was a reflection of the type of men that they chose. Outside of the fact that he's Dr. Dre and he's wealthy and he was able to provide a lot of, or a considerable amount of money for them, he was relatively absent in their life. And the other sister said it as well. He was not in their life like that, and they felt abandoned by him. Now, if y'all don't take that into consideration, then this shit is just a red pill conversation for y'all, and that's not what it is for me. I get taking certain situations that we see unfold with celebrities and in society and giving a red pill perspective on it, but this ain't one of those situations for me. Now, I do agree 100% with the fact that if this was his 38-year-old son, this shit would be a totally different story, and you definitely wouldn't see as many people coming to his defense as you see coming to her defense. But at the end of the day, like I said, I'm gonna make it more personal to me, considering the fact that I got 3 kids, I got 2 daughters, and I got a son. And my oldest daughter in particular, just like his oldest daughter, with my oldest daughter, she showed me, and she's only 7 years old, but she showed me that you are really, literally, your daughter's first boyfriend. You their first husband. You are the man that they love the most, that is going to set the tone for how they interact with men for the rest of their life. You dig what I'm saying? And I know for a fact that if I failed my oldest daughter, hell, if I failed either one of my daughters, but in particular my oldest daughter, because she is like madly obsessed with me, like damn near just madly in love with me. It's crazy. I know if I fail that little girl, it ain't no telling, the type of men that she gonna choose. I know if I fail her and I didn't give her the necessary love, attention, affection, validation that all young girls need from their father, she gonna be food for these niggas out here in these streets when she get older. Because At the end of the day, she's just gonna be longing for that attention. Any nigga that give them a little attention that they father didn't give them, they easy. They easy. It's they food out here. So Dre dropped the ball in that regard. He dropped the ball majorly in that regard. And if I was Dre, I would have some understanding for my daughter, and I would have patience, because my conscience would say, you know what? She did, go to the media. Yes, that pissed you off. Yes, you don't like that. Yes, she knows that, that was going to piss you off or whatever. But at the end of the day, you basically stiff-armed your daughter because you did not have a real interpersonal relationship with her. Yes, you was sending her money. Yes, y'all may have talked every now and then, but y'all didn't have a real relationship. And like I said, if you don't have a real relationship with your kids, especially your daughters, as a man, they're going to have problems, most likely. And a lot of people say, well, he don't owe her. He don't owe her to take care of her financially. She 38 years old. She grown. He don't owe her nothing. And I guess technically that's true. If it was me, if it was me personally, I would feel somewhat indebted to my daughter, because I would feel guilty about not being a hands-on day one daddy and really raising my daughters like that. So I would feel somewhat indebted to my child to look out for them and have more understanding and more patience with them, because I know that I failed in certain regards. And that's not everybody. That's me. I have a conscience. A lot of motherfuckers don't have a conscience. I'm not like a lot of motherfuckers. But you took care of your wife, and she's a gold digger. And she didn't give a damn about you. She was with an NBA player before she was with Dre. So she's an obvious gold digger. We all know that woman would not have been with Dr. Dre if he was not Dr. Dre, the world famous rapper and producer. So you can take care of a gold digger. That's cool. That's understandable. But you can't take care of your daughter, even if y'all are estranged from each other, even if y'all relationship is messed up. You have to take a lot of accountability for that, because she didn't bring you into this world and abandon you. She didn't bring you into this world and allow another woman, because, and his wife, she tried to come in between them, according to what his daughter said, and according to what Michelle said. His wife tried to make she tried to come in between him and his kids, which I can't put no blame on her for that, because at the end of the day, Dr. Dre is a grown-ass man, and you should never allow a woman to come in between you and your kids, so I can't even blame her for that. But that's just to bring that up, that's fucked up. Why would you even be with a woman that would try to come in between your kids? And that shows character, man. And that's something that I notice a lot of you niggas ain't talking about. Y'all ain't saying nothing about character. What kind of man allows a woman to try to put a wedge in between him and his kids? That shows that you don't really give a fuck about your kids like that, man. At the end of the day, I don't care if you sending them money or not. Certain shit is priceless in this world. You can't put a dollar amount on certain shit in this world. But even if I was going to completely disown my daughter, considering the fact that that's still my baby and she got my grandkids, I would at least buy her a house. I don't know why he hadn't been bought her a house. You a goddamn billionaire, dude. At the end of the day, $800 million. And, we wonder why we have such a bad reputation when it comes to being bad fathers. We wonder why we have such a negative image as fathers, as black men. When you look at situations like this, this gives insight into why everybody looks down on us and says that we ain't shit as fathers, man. At the end of the day, I don't care what nobody say. When you done talking, and when you look at the fact that we have a bad rep as fathers, for not taking care of our kids, for not spending time with our kids, for not properly raising our kids, for not correctly loving our kids. When you look at this situation and you see reread all these niggas' comments, you see why people look down on us. And you see why one of the reasons a lot of people don't respect us. And you see why a lot of these kids resent us. You see why for so many generations, the youth has not had respect for the elders. because they felt abandoned. They felt like they wasn't loved. They felt like they wasn't treated properly. And another thing that we got bad as black men, a lot of niggas put they women before they put their kids. That's something I've seen way too often throughout the course of my life. I done seen so many niggas put the new woman before they put their kids. And Dr. Dre strikes me as one of those kind of niggas, man. He's obviously one of those kind of niggas. Considering the fact that there's multiple accounts of her trying to come in between him and his kids, and he was still with her. If it was me, ain't no bitch coming in between me and my kids. At the point that I even see you trying to come in between my kids, you gotta go. You gotta get up out of here. I don't play that. You dig what I'm saying? But like I said, I would have got her a house, and we could say, what about the baby daddies? And obviously they ain't shit. Obviously they ain't shit. Like I said, she's dumb. She makes horrible choices in men. You dig what I'm saying? She picks some ain't shit niggas, and they obviously ain't doing shit for them kids. But at the end of the day, that's still my daughter. Those still my grandkids. So I'm still gonna make sure they good, despite what they fathers is or is not doing. You dig what I'm saying? Especially again, if I'm worth basically $1 billion, I'm not worried about what they daddies is or ain't doing. Now, I'm gonna be pissed off. I'm gonna be frustrated, and she's gonna have to hear it. I'm gonna give her a good tongue lashing. Girl, you dumb as hell. She gonna catch it. Don't worry, cause I'm not taking up for his daughter completely. She dumb as hell for picking the type of dudes that she picked. She dumb as hell for making the choices that she made in life. She dumb as hell for being damn near 40 and homeless in the situation that she's in. Considering the fact that she got 4 kids, she dumb as hell, and it ain't no excuse. I'm not making no excuses for her, but just because she's made bad decisions, that don't mean that Dre is innocent, or that don't mean that he's faultless in this situation. You dig what I'm saying? And I get that Dre may feel betrayed by his daughter for her going to the media, especially when you consider the timing of it. He's going through the divorce with his wife, and this is something that her attorney could have potentially used against Dre. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just speculating. His attorney may have been able to say, okay, well, he's not taking care of his daughter. He has a track record of not taking care of the women, close to him. He has a bad track record with the women in his life. And it's also bad timing for him to not look out for her, because that's something that could have been used, potentially used against him. So I think it would have, it could have potentially just been cheaper for Dre to just, break her off a little bit, considering everything that was going on with Nicole and this divorce. Now, like I said, initially, it wasn't about money. It was about the fact that she hadn't had a relationship with Dre. So I think a lot of people are forgetting that. A lot of people are forgetting that when she came out, when she went to the media, she didn't say nothing about money. She said, I haven't seen my father in 17 years. I haven't talked to my father. And that's something the other daughter said. The other daughter, she said we don't really have a relationship like that for whatever reason. And I feel like if you want to completely disown your child, it's a certain type of, you have to be a certain type of father. I mean, let me not say he has to do, he can do whatever the hell he want to do. He a grown man, but I'm speaking in terms of character. You should be a certain type of father before you feel comfortable disowning your kids. When you look at fathers like T.I., you look at fathers like The Game, you look at fathers like Snoop, you look at different rappers who you see they are hands-on fathers. They day one daddies with their kids. They got great relationship with their kids. Snoop is his son's coach, football coach, little league coach or whatever. You see other dudes that are really active in their father's life. We've never really seen that from Dre. We've never gotten that from Dre. Because obviously that's not the type of dude that he is. If I was Dre, I wouldn't feel comfortable disowning my child because of where I dropped the ball as a father. At the end of the day, I would look at it like I brought her into this world, and I failed her in certain ways, and I have to make up for that. I have to sacrifice in some type of way to show her that I love her, and just to clear my own conscience. And I've seen a lot of brothers asking about the mother. Well, where the mother at? Why she can't stay with the mother? Why the kids can't stay with the mother? And when you see the mother, you're going to understand why. Here's the mother.
This is Lisa Johnson, Dr. Dre baby mama, and we're going to do an interview with her. So I'm going to let her tell you who she is.
Well, of course, I'm Lisa Johnson. Finally got a face to the name. AKA LJ. I like to be called LJ because, of course, I'm a lesbian, a bull dagger, a stud, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I'm Dr. Dre baby mama. I'm Lisa Johnson. What it do? I know people probably looking at me saying, damn, she Dre baby mama. Hell to the now, hell to the year. Don't get that shit twisted. And like I said, when the book comes, this nigga right here gonna get dealt with. Believe me, on a lot of issues that he put in his book that I got a problem with.
So now that you done seen the mama, you understand why these girls ended up the way that they ended up. Especially considering the fact that Dre was an absent father, and which, when you look at the mothers, it makes Dre look even worse, because a part of being a parent is critically analyzing the co-parent and coming to a logical, sound conclusion of how much more present you need to be in the child's life. When you have kids with people, you got to evaluate their mental state. You got to evaluate their emotional state. You got to evaluate the way that they move, and you got to ask yourself, if I let this person be the primary steward of my children, how are they likely to turn out? You dig what I'm saying? That's a part of being a parent, especially as a man. As a man, you got to be a leader, and you got to be thinking 2 steps ahead of the game if you really love your kids. So the fact that Dre didn't take one hard look at this chick and say, you know what, I can't let my baby girls be raised primarily by her. I have to at least get joint custody. That way I can have them in an environment where I could have more of a positive influence in their life. You dig what I'm saying? Because if I let them spend 98% of their time with her, ain't no telling how they gonna turn out. But it ain't gonna be good. And Dre didn't do that. Dre didn't do that at all, and that's a reflection on him. I don't care how much you niggas want to be on some red pill shit and how much you want to try to defend Dre. At the end of the day, that's a bad look on Dre, and that again, that goes to the abandonment that I'm talking about. It's like knowing your baby mama got a drug problem, or your baby mama smoke crack or some shit like that, and you don't make it a point to get your kids from that person. But this is what the other daughter said about the mother as well.
I'm scared to take my babies to my mommy house only because her ass is crazy.
So now we see why the kids ain't with the grandmama, because even the other daughter said years ago, because that footage is shit at least 10, 11, 12, 13, damn near 15 years old, somewhere around there. She didn't even want to take her kids to her mama house. You dig what I'm saying? So that just goes to show what type of mother that they had and the type of environment that they grew up in, and why they ended up the way that they ended up. But I'm not gonna hold y'all, man. I'm in the hospital. I'm finna get some rest. The video could have been a little better, but like I said, man, I'm in the hospital. Don't kill me too bad in the comment section. Zion Amari, Real Spit TV. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video. I'm out.